But let's welcome on board Rahul Gautam, MD at Sheela Foam, to talk about their numbers. Rahul, hi, morning. Is the continued weakness in your top line growth because of the slowdown in the auto business and the liquidity, or is this expected to continue in the second quarter as well?
So this growth, which is a pretty stagnant growth, of course, you're right. It's the contribution is quite a bit by the auto industry, but otherwise, generally, the sentiments or the footfalls in the markets have been much lower than expectations, and those are the reasons. There is one more reason, that part of our business is related to the raw material prices. And as the raw material prices have gone down, the top line also has gone down. So all these three have contributed. But our expectation is that may not be in this quarter, but definitely the coming quarter, everything should pick up.
Okay, auto companies also continue to post the slowdown, but how is consumption demand doing in the second quarter? Has that picked up? A lot of consumer companies are saying that in the near term, things may still be a little tough. Would you agree with that?
So for sure, that this, I would call it like a little pause or a break in the Indian economy. And this is short term for sure. I guess it's anybody's guess to say that whether it will take a quarter or 2 quarters. My expectation is that the high season, which really starts from October onwards, that is Q3, it should pick up by then.
What was the volume growth and what was the growth among segments that you offer, from premium to the mass market?
So definitely the volume growth was high, was close to 30%, and this is primarily because last year we had introduced some items which were for the budget sections or the economic sections, and there has been this shift from the unorganized to the organized, and therefore those sales went up. We of course view all the mattresses together, which includes the lower end and the upper end. So the volume growth has been good, which just confirms that people still want to buy, but want to be a little tight-fisted about it.
Right. So what was the average raw material pricing during the first quarter, and how many months of inventory would you carry with you, and what is the kind of lag to global TDI price movements, and that's going to affect your quarterly margins?
So the two primary raw materials are polyol and TDI. Polyol has been pretty steady over the period. TDI, there has been a sharp drop from let's say the December quarter, and the impact has begun to happen somewhere in the Q1. We carry about 45 days raw material, and therefore the impact has been delayed. The lag really depends on how sharp is the downturn and how much raw material that you carry. So if I would take the Q1 which has gone by, say about 50% of that, we've had some advantage coming in because of the lower raw material prices, and the balance 50% of course was carried. This quarter should really have the full impact of the decreased raw material prices.
Right. You'd also launched an e-commerce only brand for sale on Amazon and Flipkart last year. How's the response been for the products?
So that was done about a couple of months back, but we are tracking well on that. And I must say that both Flipkart and Amazon are doing quite well as far as sales from us to them. And fortunately, this being e-commerce, we are also able to track the sales that they make to the consumers, and we are able to connect up to those consumers. So the product's been accepted well. The channel also appears as a good, viable channel to the offline channel that we operate in right now, and we are all very encouraged by it and expect that to grow in the coming quarters.
When do you expect to start seeing synergies of your acquisition? How much percentage of the total revenue are you expecting from Interspla?
So this company, the share purchase agreement has already been signed. Of course, the transaction would take place somewhere between 15th to 30th of September. Let's say the company coming into Sheela Fold is already from the 1st of August. So subject to the transaction being complete, from 1st of August onwards, the top line will get merged as a subsidiary with Sheela Foam. The advantages, some of them should start happening right now or will happen right now, which is the raw material part. But I think the bigger one, really bigger than the raw material part, is the cross-learning, and especially us giving them some technical forms for which the markets are existing there and they do not produce. And the second is the bed in a box that they do in large numbers, which we don't do in India. That cross learning would begin right away. The only little hitch at the moment, or not hitch, let's say a delay, is that August seems to be a month of vacations for Spain in particular and entire Europe in general. So let's say from 1st of September, we should see all actions happening.
Okay, great to have you on the show. Thank you so much for taking the time out and speaking with us today.